What's going on, everybody? It's Christopher Thomas here once again, and this video is going to be a little different. Now, usually I will post a video showing you a couple of drawings I've done in the past couple of days or past weeks. This one's going to be a little different. Today I'm going to do a little bit explaining behind some of these drawings and sketches that I've done that you've all seen on YouTube. Now, before I get started, I'm going to be skipping through a lot of pages, so you probably won't see a whole lot of continuous pages. Might skip over a couple just to explain a couple things. It's going to be very sporadic, but let's go. Now, let's open the book. As you can see here, most people around the world know what this symbol is. If you don't know, it's just the Eye of Horus. Just something I wanted to put there just as a nice little just logo, if you want to call it, for the book. Kind of set the tone for when you open it up. And when you open it up, this is what you find. Now, as soon as you open the book up, you can see a little bit of calligraphy. Now, I do not claim to be an expert, but I love calligraphy. I love the art of writing. I have a pretty good penmanship myself, but when it comes to calligraphy, like you would see most professionals do, I'm not on that level, but I love it nonetheless. So you see, I wanted to start off this book with a little passage from John 1:1 from the Bible. As you can see, you all know what it says, so you can read it. Yeah. Yeah, that's just mainly the point behind it. I just wanted to try it out. Went to a little bit of a calligraphy binge, and you can see there's more writing here. William Shakespeare, one of my favorite writers. Line from Macbeth. Most of you probably know this line. Macbeth, Act 5, Scene 5. Just a little something. More calligraphy here. Some more here. This one I was getting very detailed into. I spent a lot of time on this one. I messed up on a few of the words. You see here. Messed up with this particular word, and I'm pretty sure I messed up on a couple of them. There's probably some misspellings in here somewhere, but life of an amateur. This is the end of that last one. It's William Shakespeare. This is a piece I've written from one of my favorite poets, Patrick O'Leary. Nobody knows it but me. The first time I actually heard this poem was actually on a car commercial. I can't remember the name of the car commercial, but when I heard the commercial, when I saw the commercial, and I heard the person reciting the poem, I loved it. So I wanted to find out immediately who wrote the poem. As you can see a little mistake here. That's supposed to be nobody, but it looks like an H. So you see, it's supposed to be N right here, and there's an H right there. So please don't confuse the two. That's home and nobody. So that's my little mistake. Don't kill me. Don't kill me. One of my favorite poems here. Turn over. Nice little piece I did. This was something I just put together. Really enjoyed this one, actually. Really enjoyed that one. Took me a while, but I really enjoyed that one. This one was just some random abstract card playing design. I have no idea what I was thinking on this one, but I enjoyed that nonetheless. This one, probably seen on one of my videos, my earlier videos when I first started YouTube. I wish I hadn't been long, but this is from, obviously everybody knows this, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. One of my favorite cartoons ever. When I say one of my favorite, I mean one of my favorite. I grew up on the original Ninja Turtles, and I was a fanatic, a die-hard Ninja Turtle fan, like you wouldn't believe. Just some random drawings of the alphabet, the English alphabet. Here I wanted to see if I can come up with my own script, A, B, C. I didn't quite complete it. I should, though. This was a font that I wanted to come up with. I didn't have any reference for it, so it's probably something I came up with off the top of my head with no reference point. Excuse me. This is just some little thumbnail sketches. Big, nice big, one of my first big pieces in the book. This was a drawing of my right hand, as you see, ring here. Something I haven't done in a long time, drawing my hands or just images. You probably seen another one of my YouTube videos. This Sagat and Ryu Street Fighter reference drawing. And this Thor, this particular drawing, I want to get a little more in depth. Everyone knows the Marvel character Thor. However, what some may not know is that Thor, the story of Thor comes from Norse mythology. The Vikings and all that. And I wanted to give a depiction of how Thor would have actually looked if he was a real person. So I went to research some actual Viking garments, the wardrobe, what they actually wore. And I wanted to depict a historically accurate Thor. And I wanted to actually, this is how his name is actually spelled. Now, we all know this Thor. However, in the actual language, it's actually spelled out this way. So, something there. One of the Viking symbols here. And this is a drawing I did of Perseus. If those who are familiar with Greek mythology, Perseus is the demigod who killed Medusa. Medusa here. The Gorgon Medusa. And since it's a Greek mythology, I thought I would spell his name out in Greek. So it says Perseus, although it's in Greek lettering. It spells Perseus. So that's that. And it's Pegasus. Forgot about Pegasus. Pegasus, the winged horse Pegasus, which Perseus rode on to fight Medusa. And this is a very important piece to me. This is of the goddess Ma'at. Now, for those who don't know who Ma'at is an Egyptian, or the proper term for that place is called Kemet. A lot of people know it as Egypt, but the original term is Kemet. This is one of the, I want to say, for lack of a better term, for the sake of confusion, I'll say one of the goddesses, Ma'at. And she was a woman who wore the feather. That's where the feather of truth comes. That's where the idea of Lady Justice comes from. It comes from her. The scales of Ma'at, the feather of truth weighing against the heart, the wings. That's where that comes from. It's more thumbnails of patterns that I wanted to complete. I still may do these as a painting of some sort. I have to find the right idea for it. Just thumbnails, nine thumbnails. More thumbnails of some ideas for the painting that I may want to do. Some paintings I may want to do. Jazz theme. I love jazz, so you'll see a lot of jazz theme drawings and thumbnail drawings in my sketchbook. This was a drawing with no reference of some people, turbans and swords wearing. This is one of my most detailed pieces. I put this on Instagram, my Instagram account, Christopher Lamont Thomas, for those who want to use on Instagram. This is, well, first of all, although I live in Georgia, I actually was born and raised in Washington, D.C. And it's called Home is where the heart is. And for those who know the geography of Washington, D.C., you have the rivers here that splits Washington, D.C. in half. And this anatomical heart. So if you get the idea, home is where the heart is the actual heart with the veins and arteries in the form of the rivers, the Potomac and Castile. So as is Washington, D.C. And this is something I did, I'm a huge Mario Brothers fan, so I thought I'd do some the mushrooms, the familiar mushrooms everyone knows of. So it's the different mushrooms you see on the Mario Brothers series. Something I want to do. Just something fun. Call them the usual suspects. Something fun. Get a good look at that. Sketches, thumbnails and sketches, body gestures, people taking different poses, gesturing. I skip it, you know. Sometimes I want to get a little fun, just draw a little mannequin. For those who are in the art world, know about the little wooden mannequins that people use to give themselves the human posture. Something I wanted to do. I'm just flipping through. There's some random designs, ideas I had, and skip it over here. Some more still life drawings. My glasses, something I wanted to do, something I wanted to try out. So just something I just thought about, like, why not try? So these are my glasses. This is also, again, this is my right hand. I wanted to just some sketches, ideas. You know, that's what sketchbook is for, usually, to write your ideas down if you want to do something with them later. These are just a lot of sketches I have, just ideas I have. Some of them you've seen as a finished product. Some of them you haven't. Some of these I've actually changed from these present sketches to different ideas. I forgot where I got this from. This came from a picture I seen. I can't quite remember what it was, but I still might do some. This is I still might do some of this as a painting. Haven't quite decided what it should look like. You know, every now and then I may change the idea. Sometimes it may come out the way the sketch is, or I may change it if another idea comes along that supersedes the previous one or adds to it. I may put it as a finished product. You know, this one, you'll see more sketches. This is something I was working on, and it turned into this. This one actually is a painting that I put on YouTube. I can't remember which video, but if you go back, I'm pretty sure you'll find it. These are some ideas I have. You know, bunch of play on words. A sketch, Mario Brother reference. Also, you know, I love anatomy, I love science. I love all kinds of science. Especially deal with that. Me being an artist, you know, I deal with the anatomy a lot, so I like to do sketches and drawings of the human anatomy, mainly for practice. It's just fun. It's a learning opportunity. It's just fun. You know, some fun stuff. I'm pretty sure a lot of you have seen this on my YouTube channel. It's just some funny ideas, just being quirky. You know. Same thing, more fun stuff. This actually came from, I don't know it, but I have tattoos, as you can see. I have like 10 tattoos, but as a child, I used to hate getting shots. Like I would fight the doctor and everything. So this really meant a lot to me, because as a kid, you know, you hear the doctor say we're going to draw blood. I always thought if I drew him a picture of a drop of blood, they would stop. But you know that never worked. So it was just fun. More funny drawings. Just quirky ideas I have. This one I like a lot. This one was mainly about the wordplay of the word pen. So you see here a fountain pen, a stick pen, a bowling pin, and a jail cell, which is also known as the pen. So, and ball and chain, which is a prison reference, which goes back to this actually being, once again, the pen. So ball and chain, and the ball and chain, it has to be, if it's a bowling pin, it has to be a bowling ball chained to the bowling pin. I just wanted to play on those words. I just wanted to put on the word bowling pin, ball and chain. So much of quirky references. And you see the dialogue. What they write you up for. See, what they write you up for. Being a prick. You know, in the bowling pin, all spare me. Going on strike. You know, just a bunch of play on words. This is a very intricate drawing. I like this a lot. I might want to do something with this. I might want to do something further with this. I don't know. I may want to. That's a really good idea. We'll get back to y'all on that one. That was a pretty good idea. I might keep going with that one. Alright. Well, I'm going to stop for now. I'll be doing more videos of explaining a lot of these drawings, a lot of the meaning behind these drawings. And if you all enjoy them, you know, like them, subscribe, share, comment if you like. You know, spread the word, hey. And I will see you all again with more videos and more drawings. Alright, everybody. Peace.